Hey guys, welcome back. It is Four Towers Films here, and
Doug 218. Happy Thursday.
happy Thursday, and it is another episode of The Amazing Race, episode number 8. We're getting down. There's only about 6 teams left, so we're getting down there.
Let's get to the nitty and the gritty.
We are. So really, pretty much only the best teams are left in the race. I mean, even a lot of the teams that are doing usually do really well, like the Afghanimals and the Riley sisters. They've been floundering a little bit this year, which is kind of interesting, considering how they dominated the other team, other seasons they were in. So it's really kind of surprising, actually. So we start out. Tyler and Corey lead for the third time in first place, and they head to Bellenberg.
So
they're still in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they stopped, I think, before 6, and all the teams are really close proximity to each other, within 5 minutes of each other. So the place doesn't open until 7 a.m. So they all get bunched up, basically. They all meet
it's a city hall.
The city, yeah. But it doesn't matter anyway, because they're all meant to meet there, because it is the U-turn.
And
this one is a little different.
We learned a bit of history. Switzerland claims to have the oldest
democracy in the world.
So,
and everybody gets to vote.
And it's an open vote. You get to know what team.
Well, what they're doing, how the U-turn is different this year, is everybody votes on the teams they want to U-turn. Now, 2 teams get U-turn. And so the teams with the most votes are the 2 teams that get U-turn. So they do a random draw of who gets to vote first.
Which was Tyler and Corey.
It was Rachel and Alyssa voted first. And they kind of had them lined up in the order that they were going to vote. So Rachel and Alyssa decide to U-turn Colin and Christy because they're a strong team. And like they said, it's not personal. It's strategy. Nicole and Victor. Nicole wants to U-turn Alyssa and Rachel, but Victor thinks it's better, which it kind of is, to U-turn a strong team. So they also U-turn Colin and Christy. So then it's Colin and Christy, and they return the favor and U-turn Rachel and Alyssa. Then it is, I believe it's Tyler and Corey next, or it's Team Fun. Oh no, it's the Afghanimals.
The Afghanimals. They did. I think it was Victor and Nicole.
Yes, I think so.
And then it was Chris and Brett.
Chris and Brett did
the Riley girls.
Did Riley's, and Team Fun did the Afghanimals.
And the basic premise was the 2 teams that got the most votes
are the ones. So.
And they had to do both detours.
Like they usually do in their U-turn. Yeah. So Colin and Christy and Rachel and Alyssa are the 2 teams that are getting U-turned. Nicole and Christy, they kind of expected it because they've been at the top of the pack and pretty much from the get-go.
Yeah.
Rachel and Alyssa were kind of upset by this. And Rachel's, bad-mouthing and kind of saying to the other ones, why pick us? We're at the back of the pack. You pick those stronger teams like Colin and Christy. Or, she didn't say they have Afghanimals, but they kind of made up with them and apologized and said they never said their name, which I don't think they did. No, they didn't say they said Colin and Christy's name. So, no, they are true. They didn't lie about that. They didn't say their names to Nicole and Victor. So, but see, Leo and Jamal weren't sure whether or not they were lying about that, but they're kind of brushing it off anyway. So, they had the 2 detours. So the first detour was, they had a choice. What was
AKA or Cow Festival. Now, supposedly this is a big thing, the Cow Festival, because they come down out of the mountains into the lowlands during the winter.
Right.
And so the idea was that if you chose the Cow Festival, you had to decorate these cows up
with flowers. They had to do a bouquet
an arrangement,
an arrangement, and then decorate the cow. and then leave the cow to where they're going to get judged.
Or if you did make hay, it was you had to cut a predetermined like
Swamp.
swath with
Looks like more like grass, but hay before it's dried out.
with a scythe.
Right.
And then your partner had to come behind
Rake
you
it.
and rake it.
And then stack it in a specific way for the cows.
Yeah.
So most teams actually chose that one. However, because Colin, Christine, Rachel, and Melissa had to do both, they both chose to do the
cows first.
The cows first. So they're looking because they had a display of how the arrangement had to be. And so Rachel's trying to talk to them, saying, it's not like she always does. It's not personal, blah, blah, blah. And they're basically ignoring her. And Christy even said to Colin, talk to them, kind of thing. It's a race. I mean, I found Rachel did this even in Big Brother. She takes things very personally. Yeah. Like, she's always spouting that it's a race, or it's a competition. But she's the one who takes things very personally. Most of them don't. Most of them do kind of just, it's a race, or it's a competition. And they kind of blow it off kind of thing. But she doesn't. So I think she's a very sensitive person in that way.
Yeah, and if she feels like you're sliding her in any...
She gets very angry or hurt. You can tell she gets hurt. Which is kind of sad. I think it's hard to be that way, to be that competitive but also very sensitive that way. So it makes it hard to compete in a show like this.
Now, while all the teams are going on,
the other teams are doing the scythe and cutting up the hay.
And Becca's just having a grand old time. She is just motoring through this.
Well, she said she grew up on a farm and she also did landscaping. So they did really well. They actually finished really quickly.
And
actually, most of the teams didn't finish too like the ones that were there.
Yeah.
Didn't finish too far apart from each other.
Because they needed to. With the scythe, you need to get the right rhythm.
Oh yeah. Especially considering, I mean, especially if it's bigger than you, which both sides are, like to get that swing. Yeah. It can be difficult.
And while the teams are doing this, Victor and Nicole are dealing with their speed bump.
Yes, the speed bump is going on at the same time.
So their speed bump was to pull the 26 flags of the states of Switzerland.
Right.
I didn't know Switzerland had 26 states.
Did you?
Learned something new last night. So
and while they're doing this, they're kind of arguing over who they were U-turning, and Nicole's going on to Victor about, you really should have just picked Rachel and Melissa instead of making other teams hate us. And he's like, I thought we were going for the stronger teams, which actually makes more sense if you think about it, but,
Well, like he said to her, you said Rachel and Melissa, and then you said, I don't know.
Right, which she did, because they showed that.
Yeah.
Which is true. And so they argue, but not, they didn't really fight. And then he both said, fine, we should do Rachel and Melissa, so the other teams didn't hate. The animals understood anyway, so did Colin and Christy. Actually, Colin and Christy, they U-turned. But, so they understood.
So, to get through back and forth, the first to complete the detour.
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed for Team Fun to go all
They're
the way.
doing very well.
Oh, and
I hope they do.
And FYI viewers, there is no more non-elimination things.
Right.
So if you're the last to check in,
you are eliminated.
Gone.
So they all head off now to the roadblock.
So this roadblock, it's because William Tell was one of the great Swiss folk heroes, shooting the apple off his son's head.
Right.
Now they have to replicate that shot.
Right. So they had this little
scarecrow
with a head and the apple on top of it. And they had to use crossbows, not compound bows, but crossbows. And so Becca decided to do it because, if you guys remember from the last season that they played, Floyd did it with the regular kind of bow, and he didn't do very well, and she did. So she said, I'm better at the bow, so I will do it.
Yeah.
And then, so they got there. Colin Christie actually got there like in third place. So
Yeah.
they did both detours very quickly.
Well, he blew through.
Oh, well, yeah, because of the strength. That's
Yeah.
the strength comes in handy. And then Brett and Chris got there, and Tyler and Corey got there. And so Tyler and Corey was second out, first out actually from it, because I think it's Tyler who did it. And then not too long after them, Brett and Chris.
Well, it was actually Brett and Chris that hit it and got out first.
Oh, I thought it was Tyler and Corey who did.
But it was Tyler and
This was
Corey
very close.
right behind.
Oh, it was very close. Like within minutes of each other.
Well, because you kept hearing, I think it's Chris, the redhead, because the other member of the team is Boston City Police officer.
Right. Yeah, if you remember, they're on the Heroes version of Survivor, and one was a firefighter, I think, one was a cop, I believe, no, border agent, border security agent. No, they're both border security agents, sorry, I think.
That was the Amazing Race team.
Oh, right. These are the survivors, yes.
These are the Survivor guys.
They look very similar.
So it's like,
Yes. Yeah,
but the crossbow for a lot of the teams was a bit of a learning curve because
Oh,
for the
yeah.
sighting.
sure.
But Brett and Chris hit it, and
During all this, the Afghanis have left, and they get lost. They
again,
actually should have arrived, but they got lost. They went the complete opposite direction for the second or third time in a row. They've
like,
done
good
this.
gosh,
So they're like floating around in the ether somewhere.
they're out there somewhere.
And this gives Colin and Christy and Rachel and Alyssa time to catch up. So
Yeah.
they hit there before the Afghanimals do. At this point, other teams have already moved on. And so Rachel and Alyssa, Colin and Christy, and that didn't take Colin very long at all to hit it. And so he moves up. They're left in like, third or fourth place.
Yeah.
So,
It's a battle.
finally,
Leo and
Leo
Jamal show up.
and Jamal show up. And now it's down to just Leo and Jamal and Rachel and Alyssa.
It's a battle for last
It's battle
place.
for last place. So, finally, the Afghanimals hit it, and they leave for Rachel. But not very long before Rachel. She got it not too long after they did. So, like, they were within minutes of
Yeah.
leaving of each other, too. So, they're racing because they know this is an elimination round. There's no more non-elimination rounds. So, they know whoever gets their last is going to
Yeah.
get eliminated. So, they have to go to, like, this dock
Get a small
and get a
boat.
small boat, which it looks like they piloted themselves.
Yeah.
And they get the directions. And at first, Becca and Blake got a little bit lost where to park. And so they're getting out and they're looking all around. And Colin and Christy kind of bypass them. They see them.
Yeah.
And they kind of bypass them and because they're behind them.
Yeah.
And they bypass them and get in a boat. And then I think Team Fun saw
It's
them.
over
And then they just
here.
followed where they were. So they went from having being U-turned to now they're in third place. By the way, Tyler and Corey hit the mat first for the third time.
Because of, Chris and Brett and Tyler and Corey, they were just neck and neck to get to that dock.
Oh,
and
yeah. But Chris and Brett made a mistake because they got there first.
Yeah.
Because you could choose either running up the mountain or the hill or taking the funicular. They decided to take the funicular.
Because they thought, we
It'd
can't
be
beat
faster.
them. We can't
Can't
beat
beat them
them
in a foot race. Because, I mean, they're pretty much on their heels. And these are younger guys, and they're
Yeah.
smaller. So they thought the funicular would get them up there faster, where Tyler and Corey decided to run. Well, they had to wait an hour for the funicular. So
They went,
Tyler
"Okay,
and Corey
we'll run."
passed them and hit the mat first. And what did they win?
Tyler and Corey, they won. Hold on, guys, I gotta find it here.
A river cruise, I
A
believe,
river. It was
in Borneo, along the Mekong.
along the Mekong River, and
Looks really nice.
I think it was an 8-day cruise,
Yeah, looks really nice anyway.
and it was really posh. Deckside food, pit stops wherever they go.
Nice.
Money.
So, the other teams show up in order, of course. And Colin and Chrissy, they get their third place. And they're like, and even Hill says, going to being a detour, having to do both detours and kind of getting toward the back of the pack to coming in third, not too bad, not too shabby.
No.
So all the other teams check in, and it ends up being Rachel and Alyssa coming in last, and they are eliminated. So this is the end of the Riley sisters.
Thank you for coming.
For this season.
So how it broke down was Tyler and Corey were first, Amazing Race team. Chris and Brett from Survivor. Colin and Christy, another Amazing Race team.
A lot, except for Brett and Chris are being Survivor.
Becca
all
and,
Amazing Race teams.
Becca and Floyd, Amazing Race. Victor and Nicole, Big Brother. And Leo and Jamal, Amazing Race. So
there's really only two other teams from anything else other than the Amazing Race left.
And the
one team from Survivor, one team from Big Brother. Everybody else is Amazing Race.
And the Amazing Racers said to them, "You guys have no idea."
They do now. Although we thought, like we said before, that Rachel and Alyssa would have a bit of an advantage because Rachel has done the Amazing Race twice before.
She has.
But I don't know what's gone wrong in this team. She did very well the last time, and because she reached 38 legs, I believe.
31.
She is now the whole record holder of the most legs of all the contestants in all the seasons of Amazing Race. So that's congratulations, Rachel.
Congratulations.
Very good.
Because when this episode started, she was starting her 32nd.
32nd leg.
Right.
So, very good, Rachel. That's actually quite become very tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's it for this week for The Amazing Race, episode number 8. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we upload for every Amazing Race. And don't forget, check out our other videos because we do other reality shows as well. So, take care, guys. See you next week. Bye.